that medic discussion into the game.
I mean, they haven't actually started yet, so we could.
Yeah, okay, so how much can we cover? Let's maybe start with Darbs.
Yeah, so Darbs is the sort of, again, unknown quantity. Never mind. Let's quit that now. The game seems to have gone live. Let's focus on that.
Alright, Campbell,
We are
take
live.
over.
I'm watching Termo this mid. He does go the super fast rollout. The pack is really aggressive on point. Romy's a bit slow, but Sol's deterring him a little bit. Team's just coming in now. Hasn't taken any damage really at all. It's really impressive. Prime's getting pretty forward on point, but everyone's not really aggressive. Just all waiting for something to happen. They're taking over the left side. Just goes down. He heals Madness. They're all fighting on the left side. He gets a kill on Realm and... Oh, Termo, nice part. It looks like MASIF just get annihilated. Only one player dying, the Roma Eps.
Well, Termo certainly knows what he's doing on process mid. I don't think anyone can deny that. Epps died really early on that rollout. Did anyone happen to see what he was doing and how effective it was? Maybe you, Air?
I didn't actually see. I was focusing on Termo as
Pretty
well.
sure he bombed in the left side and it's got some really good damage off.
Wow, Uber push
Even
on
on
to
last
last.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cash Money, Putty gets the demo and the medic, so it's looking pretty good, you'd think, for Cash Money to take the point with the demo medic advantage. They're walking in. Putty has a really good position above the point. Termo picks up 2 frags, and that's the first cap. It's your pretty basic standard Uber push. They caught Darbs with the Uber, they caught medic and demo, and you win the point.
That round took a staggering 1 minute and 22 seconds. A bit ridiculous.
Right.
Domination
Campbell,
from the start.
on to the next mid.
I'm on Realm. He's doing the slow rollout. Maybe a bit intimidated by... Intimidated?
God.
Please.
Playing the left side. He's not really doing much at the moment. He's pulling out his pattern and pipe spam angles. He's sort of alone on the left side. Nothing's really happened yet, but Sol goes down. Roma trade here. He gets a kill on Epps early. And, oh, Nobo dies. Play by Faith. Prime's gonna get caught out here. Oh,
Yuki's in on the med there.
Putty gets him. Oh! Putty's managing to get 2 kills on the point, even though MASIF managed to cap it. They do at least remove the Uber advantage from the equation. Looks like we'll see Cash Money setting up to hold second and MASIF to push it. It's a really good jump from Sol. It's like the classic Sol jump. Nothing, you know, special about it. Good solid jump. 4 steps to abandon his own jump onto Realm on the mid. Realm was able to push forward. Demo pushing forward isolates the scouts. MASIF win the DM trade. So, Air, you gonna call this as Sol jumps in at corner, maybe trying to get an Uber advantage?
I think they're just slow pushing forward. They're getting ground, or they're trying to. It's not really working that well.
Red's taking a bit of damage, so they're just going to chill out, get some heals. Let's work up chucking a few sprays onto the wall as well, which is nice to see. The art of spraying is not dead. Yeah, I think it's just going to be another reset. I mean, I'm expecting Sol or Madness to make a play. I'm just not sure where it's going to come from or what they're going to do with it.
One thing that I saw about Termo that I think bodes extremely well, look at how dominant and aggressive Termo's being at the corner. He's not just putting 8 stickies on a wall and being like, ha, stickies walk through. He's aggressively sticking them out, and Sol can't get through. He jumps in to try and force another Uber and just gets blown apart. As looks like Cash Money, oh, they get 2 kills. Prime picks up Faith on the floor with a 2-player advantage. They're pushing into mid. We might have an Uber exchange. Doesn't look like it. MASIF give up the point. So I'm gonna take that piece of play and ask you, Campbell, like, do you feel like Termo's aggressive forward holds, having stickies everywhere kind of forced that? It was just so hard for MASIF to get in with Termo everywhere with those stickies. Do you feel that's optimal play?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's just put on pressure to MASIF this entire time. I mean, as they were falling, he was just bombing, the first player bombing into them straight out, and he's putting damage on them right now. Just always being aggressive. It's really paying off for his team. Putty does trade with Sol.
And then that opens up a chance for Epps. He's not able to get anything though, and now I think Termo's caught. Oh no! As always, Termo does a great job of defending himself, gets Faith.
He kills Faith as well.
Classic Termo, so hard to kill, puts out so much damage, equalizes the players. And it looks like Cash Money are holding mid. MASIF walking in on it, so we've got even players.
There's a good kill on
Yuki
Yuki.
goes down, Prime does full Uber though. Any thoughts, Air, on this Uber exchange on mid?
I mean,
Anyone
in
with
terms
a
of just like numbers, Red Team or Cash Money's got better Uber exchange. They had a later Uber, and they used it well. They got like ground with it basically. They didn't lose any players.
Putty's going
Uber,
around the
they kept
corner,
these
he's
up.
caught both their soldiers.
Oh, Putty gets Geo as well.
And he gets out too. Oh my god.
That was an incredible play by Putty just there. Prime killing Faith.
Prime cleans the, gets
Just
the claim.
taking the fight and then just destroying MASIF every time.
That's
But
not
he's
the
going
first time
behind.
Putty has
He's in
tried
lobby.
to do
He
that
might be
either.
going elsewhere as well.
Yeah. That's not the first time Putty's tried to do that either, and it reminds me of a really critical piece of analysis that Seagull did. He put it like this: if you ever see a moment to go in your pocket, sometimes you just got to go in, man. Even if
They're in
room is
on the
not
right
there.
side of last.
Yeah, they've taken the right side of the point. Cash Money fighting for the point. Gio's caught. He gets knocked off it. What? Yuki somehow managed to chip down Darbs. Turbo
Died
gets
with
Gio.
99%. That's awful.
Oh dear. And yeah, that's going to be 2-0 for Cash Money unless their players forget how to play the game in the next 5 seconds. Oh, maybe.
Madness.
Madness can do it. No, good aim. Good shots. Yuki stays alive. Turbo cleans up.
Turbo
kills
got
that
4
fight.
at last, I think.
4.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Just that little play from Madness there, really important thing about high-level competition. When you're playing against a player like Madness, you can just two-shot your team like that. Even an Uber advantage can be fleeting. You go in with one side, Madness cleans up the other, you're screwed. So on to the next mid-air. Maybe you want to call what you see? The Roma battles have been really critical so far.
Soul's taken
Soul's
the
in
other
fast.
team's pack. Doesn't seem to have done much else. He's just trying to deny the scouts the high ground. Termo has lost his own pack, so he's going to try and... I mean, he's slowly working right now. Putty's down, and Termo just hits a sticky and a pipe and kills pretty much the entire combo for Blue, so that's not a good position for them to be in. I think their only hope now is Darbs getting out, but I'm not entirely sure that's going to happen. Epps is quite low. Alright, he's out, he's safe.
Ooh,
Darbsy
just gets out
does
there.
live. 60 Uber percentage for him and 85 for Bonobo.
Not really safe though. 68, I mean.
Hopefully if they get it in time, Cash Money can push in, but I don't think they'll be able to use an Uber ad. And Sentry going up for Soul on the bottom right of the point. I'd just like to say, Soul, you're a gentleman and a scholar, and it's great to see more Romans doing that, because it's really
You
strong.
tip your
process.
fedora like 2 more
Please
times,
stop.
I'm gonna kill you, man.
So we have a even Uber situation, 2-0 up to Cash Money, 22-25 left on the half, and process last. Absolutely painful to push. What options do you think Cash Money have, guys?
But they
They're
definitely
gonna have
have.
to find that sentry first and spam it out if they can.
I think Cash Money will be a team that like to fight, and I mean, well, Prime and Yuki go down, so I think one of them will come up off glass.
Might trigger a push out too.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind, they've got an NG and a sniper.
There's a
And
pause.
that's a pause.
Alright, someone's seen to the
Okay.
future, find out why.
Alright, I'm just
Bit
going
of a
to
break in the action.
point out some trends happening in this game so far. Does Yuki want to take some Xanax, like scoreboard, but not even the scoreboard, winning multiple duels against Madness in critical situations, walking across the point, even when Cash Money on that mid, they lost the mid, they lost the players, MASIF were able to cap, Yuki goes in, manages to stay alive long enough to let Turbo and Putty get the kills,
They're
high
alive
impact
again.
player as always. And it looks like we're unpaused again, so what off classes here?
Oh,
Faith
and Putty
just
goes down
ran
as well.
straight forward, did not strafe a single time and killed
Faith is
Putty.
on.
Oh, he gets Turbo.
Nice play by Faith.
It's really solid.
Does go down
But-
though to Yuki.
Yeah.
Yuki won't have any of that, but he will die. Madness is going forward now. You get the force from Cash Money. Dobbs is holding this pretty well. Gonna take mid with the Uber advantage, I feel.
It's a really interesting decision by Epps there. I'm not sure if it was the right or the wrong one, but he didn't shoot the med. He tried to get the kill on Geo before the Uber could go to him and save him. And Soul's coming in really fast on mid, but just instantly dies? I don't know about that. They do have Uber out. I thought they would have want to play around it. Now MASIF are trying to walk into mid, but they are down a player. Cash Money are spamming them everywhere, and...
Med's dropped.
Oh dear.
Brilliant bomb from Epps and really good coordination. They were all just like focus firing him.
As soon as they have the advantage, they just crumble. I mean, that is the drop from Dobbs.
Perhaps he dropped, like as in dropped from the server, or was
No,
So-
as in he dropped his Uber.
Okay, yeah, he dropped his Uber as well. Okay,
That's a good
funny.
point though. He might have dropped from the server as well,
Nah, he
or had
didn't,
some
he
lag
didn't.
or something.
Just strange. They just rushed that play a little bit too much, I think. It was a bit hasty. And then Sol overcommitted, died.
Yeah,
and
there's
then...
no reason for Sol to die there at all. I think he should have just played safe on the flank and pushed out through IT. He went
just-
for a bit aggressive.
Gonna put it out there. They did look a bit out of sync. Oh, it's Realm sticky trap on Termo. That's.
The back of
Well
the
done,
stairs, I
Ralph.
think. Realm always has that trap.
I think
Thermo falls to it.
we will talk. We watch this space, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to talk a little bit about that Darbs drop. We're going to talk a little bit about how bloody difficult it is to play medic at this level. A bit later, perhaps in the halftime pause. So.
See if Madness can get a decent angle. He's sniping.
He's
from
been
left
aggressively sniping on the last holds. I kind of like the large amount of utils that Cash Money have set up here. Like, if you play your cards right, you
mean
can
MASIF?
wipe the enemy. Yeah, massive. Whoops. And okay, Yuki sniping. That's that hasn't been seen for a while. That can
That's new.
he's quite hit and miss. But oh boy, when he hits that,
Oh,
okay, like,
oh,
hey, that
realm
realm
down.
space gets blown off.
It's the open air that makes you better.
How would you push the Subair?
I don't even know.
If you're
I
Cash
mean,
Money.
Like right now, it looks like I was gonna say go through 3 dot, and that's what they're doing. Get the sentry early, and then
Madness.
try and lock him in. Okay.
Really crucial
Back down
kill
to
from
the
Madness
Uber.
right there.
Oh, big shot from Sol on F. But Faithless get cleaned up in return.
Pull up to where someone lives or dies here in lobby. Oh, and Prime. just
Prime.
Destroying everyone in lobby, and that'll allow them to push on to last year.
I mean, that fight
Imagine.
wasn't looking good for Cash Money until Prime picked those 2 up. Now they've got all classes up, and
Still have Yuki on sniper.
Prime
Yeah, he
dies,
didn't
but I
die.
think that was more of a space creation type death. It did look like he was pushing up the flank hard. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of a trend here. The 2 times that Cash Money have had Uber advantage, they've got the point. Oh, okay, never mind.
that was a really good shot.
Teams fighting for Spire, as it were, second point, and Yuki swats that down, fake down. Frag trades coming in, Epps dies, but Massive were kind of forced to give up, or maybe not. Geo with a nice shotgun kill onto Prime, and kills Temo as well.
Pushing out
Big plays
lowers.
from Geo.
There is no one left alive except a sniper and a med on Cash Money. I'm not sure what happened there.
Temo a little bit forward, not giving enough respect to Geo as he also hits a nice little air shot. Geo
Geo
answering
just
the call.
monstered that. He just destroyed everyone.
Good old
Finished
Jody.
off with a nice midi on Yuki at the end there. The cherry on top.
And really, another good example of like the level the players are at. I think if Geo hadn't hit in, like he hit all directs there. If he hadn't, he probably wouldn't have got Termo in time for the Uber save. So, well done, Geo, you monster.
Props to Bonobo as well for
Yeah,
actually
he
getting
held
out
that.
all the way out. And despite the fact that he was in no man's land with only a sniper to help, he used the fact that that sniper stayed alive for far too long, get all the way out and meet up with his team. Could have been a lot worse if he hadn't pulled that off.
And Massive seem to have stabilised. I think we were all worried about a 3-0 kind of half stomp here, but they've got it together. They have even Uber. They're pushing second of Cash Money, and they've got about 17 minutes left in the half. So, you know, it's a nice stabilised. But again, we see this super forward Termo hold, giving
Yeah.
no ground, always fighting them with stickies. How do you
I think it's
counter this
really
counter?
good. Oh,
Sol
Sol
jumps
jumps over a
in.
bomb there, gets denied pretty hard by Primed.
When you
Yeah,
do
messed
this
up.
demo hold against top teams, what punishes you, Campbell? Like, what options do Massive have?
Well,
And
I
Putty
think they
jumps
can
in,
send Sol for the
forces
demo
Uber.
instead of going for a Hail Mary play on the medic. But the Ubers do get traded here.
Really good pop from
They get
Bonobo.
Yuki as well, actually, which is could be quite important. I think it will be important. Looks like Cash Money are going to get wiped.
I don't know about wiped, but
Okay.
they're definitely going to have to give up second.
Yeah, they're losing second. And the Bonobo may die here as well. He does.
Oh,
Gio
he
gets
does.
him.
Could be Massive's round here.
They play it
Pull up
right.
to-
It should be. If they need to go soon though. I mean, you can't waste too much time with the med and another player down.
Yeah.
But they're going to
Pretty
wait
smartly
for Uber,
building
I
a
think.
sentry.
They're
Oh.
playing for Uber advantage in
Oh.
air.
Oh,
Was that
Epps.
from...
he was
Came
super
from
on the top of
IT.
IT.
Oh, there we go.
I do not
Epps.
know how he was allowed in
Epps
anywhere close to that
embracing
far.
the true spirit of Ori Orrington, the Roma. Bottom of the scoreboard, all the frags that matter. Shout out to him. Some big plays there from Epps to pick up the med and reset the Ubers. Prime does die though, so Cash Money gonna have a hard time pushing out. But to kind of go back to that Uber exchange, Yuki got picked off. I didn't see where or how, but that gave that one player advantage to MASIF, and they were able to really work off that. Now it looks like they're trying to get some ground on last with the player ad.
We're in their right side here. It's heavy, deterring them a little bit, but Epps is doing some good damage. Let's go down.
Termo's isolated on the point.
There's some very good kills going down.
Oh, it's all down to DM now.
Oh, Prime
Realm,
coming
come
with
on,
the heavy
man.
though. Prime's coming in.
It's his main class.
And
they
there's
get
the
Uber.
Uber for Zach.
Oh, that was very,
That kid
very
just gets
well
a million
played.
kills.
Putty saved that. Primed also saved that, but Putty got like 4. And also with the kills and with the rockets he was shooting out, and he just separated the entire team. They couldn't do shit to like
Yeah, I thought
stop
that
Primed as
was.
well.
I thought that was the round for MASIF with Termo really isolated on the point. There was a good job by Realm to kill him. And Soul jumps in a corner. He's not able to make it happen.
He's gonna die. Yeah, he goes to get caught out.
Termo does get the trade frag though, so we'll see how we go from here.
Soul's in, high.
Come on, the cats are fighting really hard here.
Back out
Faith goes
again.
down. Epps is dead as well. They gotta be backing out here, and that Prime's dead.
MASIF again,
fragment
Madness is
chasing
chasing hard.
Termo might not get out.
Bonobo's able to
It's
get
good.
Uber. Uber's really early. I don't know about that. You can just get Madness. I think he's gonna. He needs another kill. He definitely needs
He's
another
going for
kill.
the
It's
method,
there.
I think.
If he hits his shots. No, Gia puts
No.
him down. Well done, Gia.
I think he Ubered early because Termo was somewhat low. Just needed him to get him buffed for the post Uber. And it didn't matter in the end, but
Epps just did so much damage to them in that corridor there.
Yeah, he'll probably go for the med bomb. He's just moving around them right now. Nobody dead yet as they're fighting for second, and no Uber's used. Well, Cash Money didn't have an Uber, but they're doing a great job of just delaying this cap. Like, when you're at Uber disadvantage, that's what you need to do. Oh,
This is just going huge, this game.
Did he force Uber?
Yeah, he
Prime
forced Uber
gets
and
well.
killed Geo.
Oh, Yuki hiding. Oh, I think. Oh, Yuki, take you to 1-on-1 duel against. Oh.
Termo's getting played by
Slam.
Madness here.
But he's got the med
Gets
on
the
him and
turn.
he's in a safe position. Yuki's
Oh.
behind.
It's just so ridiculous.
Yuki's
He
probably
kills
going to
Soul
kill
as well.
Darbsy.
Termo's ability to defend himself is just incredible.
He's just Termo, you know, the Terminator. And they couldn't get in on him. And it's buying Putty and Epps room to take duels, do damage, get frags. I mean, I think. Do you guys agree with me when I say I feel like in terms of team-centric play, like we're pushing this way, I'm going to make this play. Soul's been a little sharper, but Epps has had some big clutch moments when Cash Money have been in trouble. I feel like it's a good representation of the two roamers as well.
Yeah, this is definitely getting the clutch plays when they need them.
Madness sniping, and Putty just wants to walk in and fight them. He doesn't have a med with him, now he does. Well, he's all the way into lobby. Termo's there to follow up. And looks like
Beautiful
Cash
play by
Money
Termo and Putty.
will
Putty's
Putty
in.
get the med? Yeah.
He does.
with the Uber.
Everyone's just melting. It's all up to Madness and Realm again, but over.
3-0 half. All done in just a little bit under 18 minutes.
I mean, considering how the game started, I think we all sort of expected it might even be done quicker. But, I mean, MASIF put up a pretty strong fight. They even had Cash Money on the ropes for a while, but they managed to fight it back and take that round too. So.
I'm going to say class. That half was just class. All the situations where you were thinking Cash Money are in trouble, they had the answer. Prime heavy swap on last. Epps bomb from somewhere where I think MASIF didn't quite look like they had set up the cover. Like, we talked a little bit about that MASIF system and support players and responsibilities, who covers here, who covers what, whose job it is to shut down this, that, the other. Didn't look like it was all there. I mean, Gio had some huge players. Faith had some really good aggressive moments, but, I mean, especially Madness. He's the guy that took over the game against the first incarnation of Cash Money, as it were. I believe it was called 10-4 Rubber Ducky. Madness wasn't able to have that game impact, and even though Faith had some good aggressive players, man, he was dead a lot for it. Just didn't feel like they could get anything to stick with MASIF. Any big things you'd point out, gentlemen?
I didn't see real impact from anyone on MASIF apart from Gio's ability to sort of challenge the Ubers from Zaka, or Faith had his moments, and Madness, I don't know, he didn't really have an impact. I don't think Realm really had an impact too much.
I actually disagree with that. I think Realmy was doing a lot. I mean, offensively, not as much, but defensively doing a lot of work. Anyway, they seem to be live again, so.
Well, watching Tomo, he does fail his rollout.
Realmy's
slow.
early.
This
Right,
hits
the duel
Sol really
happened.
hard. Sol is so low already. Really good aggressive. And everyone's just sort of sitting behind this rock and they're waiting for the soldiers to take the aggressive. Oh!
But he gets airshot by Geo, but Yuki finds a kill on Sol. So trade's happening across the point. It looks like Cash Money have had enough. They're out of there.
A beautiful shot by Gia there. On body.
Little thing that I kind of want to talk about that Putty did on the point, since it looked like we're going to be setting to an Uber v Uber full player versus full player when they spawn holds on second for Cash Money. Putty, when he was going to go for that aggressive jump across mid, yeah, he got put down by Geo as we go to a pause, fair enough. Good shots from Geo, good play. But something that's really important, I think, talking about was Putty just kind of stayed out of the way. He was in a position, just like kind of hiding on the point where he couldn't take unnecessary damage. And I think those kind of basic soldier mechanics at the top level, I'm not going to take damage when I want to go for a jump, I'm not going to suck heals from the med, those are really important, and a lot of lower division players don't think about them. Just not taking unnecessary damage. It's a basic fundamental of the game, especially on pocket, I think. And you master the fundamentals, you'll be a great player. And yes, we're live again. Eps gets picked
Was
by a
Goblin
sticky
in the
trap.
corner, then tries to walk in sewers, and whole team was in sewers, gets killed by a sticky trap. No. So they're trying to push out from sewers, the left sewers, doing this. Oh, beautiful shot by Geo.
Sol
Yuki
going
there.
in on Zaka, but he just get pushed out. No, Faith binds him, so it's good kills for MASIF.
They're giving
Madness.
up the point.
Really good flank there. Faith
Really
getting
good,
some kills.
yeah, good cleanup from Faith. He did a lot of early damage to Yuki as well with the help of Geo and finished him off.
Yeah, and Geo standing strong above that point as he does.
Prod just rushing Realm here.
Oh, was that trying to force an? Can he get this kill?
Oh,
Realm puts him down.
11
HP. I think you got to give credit to Prime. That's a frag worth going for. I think you don't
Yeah,
lose too much if
definitely.
you die, if you hold process last correctly. Epps brings out the heavy. He knows what's up. He knows
that
what the
loadout.
high impact class is.
Yeah, we haven't done enough
Children.
talking about the loadouts. That is disgustingly beautiful. From Eps, that
You,
heavy.
you are a majestic swan, Epps. You are a majestic swan, wearing a bear hat. Okay, so
Pretty forward in lobby here.
Prime bringing out the sentry. We're going to see the 3-0 turtle. Oh, I hope not.
Eps kind of looks like what I expected you to look like, Yukari. With the bear hat and the
Oh,
beard.
please. You're breaking out the Russian jokes already.
Can't help it,
So,
man.
we're seeing Madness on Sniper again. And he's had some really good shots defensively, but will he get the room against Cash Money? Can he do the sheep, as it were?
Really like Tomo's aggression here in lobby. Like, he's just always putting pressure on. That's the thing to mention about Tomo. He's just always putting the pressure on.
Body shot on Zaka. Turmo takes some damage, but it's all healed up again, and MASIF aren't really any closer to getting their foot in the door, so to speak. And another headshot
shot.
on Footy, but you know, fully
Madness
buffed.
gets dropped to like 12 health. I'm not sure where that damage came from, but
There was a body shot or something from Yuki sniping.
Such a shame the half time went so short. But perhaps in this stalemate we can talk a little bit about medic decision making. So Bonobo's a really experienced medic. He's been around the block a few times and he's clutched under pressure. Darb's new. In situations like this when you're trying to push into mid with uber advantage, Sol wasn't supposed to die, he gets picked off, Eps is bombing you, you're getting spammed. How hard is it as a med with your experience of that at this level to make the best decision there?
really
How
hard.
hard is it for Darbs?
Like, half the problem is knowing what the best decision is. Like,
Uber exchange on last. Well, MASIF weren't even able to get their foot in the door. They were caught in the doors on lobby, and Putty's trying to pick up a frag if he can. Doesn't
That was a
look
really
like
good
that's happening.
flashing by Dobbs in that Uber. Must point
Yeah.
out.
Oh, that
Putty.
was something special. No, that was all Yuki. I really think he took the pressure off Putty, and Putty hit some great rockets. Putty gets 2 kills, does die, but Prime on
Hold on
last
to
of
the
the
sentry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sol, meet engineer.
Maybe we can talk a little bit more about that med decision making here now that we're kind of set up for second, 25 minutes down, MASIF defending third.
Yeah, I mean,
Fairly even Ubers.
it's difficult to make that right decision. You have such a small amount of time to react and make it, and then even if you react,
trying to force their way in the main door. Epps is in with a bomb. Prime is very little HP, and look at that, they all get out. That's no, Sol finds Epps. Oh,
he ate that rocket.
Roma.
Goddamn.
Man, this is on.
Yeah,
Tomo
all-
dies.
Gio finds
Pull off by
Tomo.
Gio.
Great play. Prime does pick up Sol. Yuki goes down. Prime unable to get much done.
That's just quality team play right there from MASIF.
This could
Yep.
go really badly. I'm
True.
expecting
They
Epps
do
to
have
come
Uber.
up heavy.
Yes.
He does.
Oh, you picked that one, friend. And Putty's going to be forced to use Uber to hold last. Epps up heavy, and all of Cash Money will spawn. So let's see how this exchange goes. Because Putty's in a sad place post Uber.
What am I pulling at the Ubisoft? It's taken down.
Looks like.
Can you do it?
Well, I don't think even Termo, I don't think can clutch this.
And that's around. That was a really good play.
1-3 now. Cash Money with MASIF taking around. And that was. I'm not going to say it was on Putty because it's so hard to really manage your Uber effectively in a situation like that. But that last bit of the post-Uber situation, he kind of got caught. He wasn't able to get a jump to get right on top of Realm. He just got cut apart. One player advantage, and there, MASIF just rolled it up. So we're on to the next mid, and Termo's quite aggressive on his left side pack. Just seeing both teams exchanging spam at mid, and Epps takes the left crate. Just spam happening, still no player trades. Sol in quite aggressively on but he ends up behind them. So he's at Cash Money's sewer. And Cash Money appear to want to just kind of fall out. Yuki's trapped in though. He dies, but Sol also dies, so player trade for both teams. And Cash Money, they're looking at corner, they're thinking about going in. I think Putty really wants to go in, so does
Time is in.
Realm.
Oh,
Beautiful
dear.
pipes by Realm there.
That's why you don't clump up at the corner. They got absolutely slammed for that.
Good
Nice
force.
play by Primes, yeah.
However, Bonobo may also get his Uber Force. Madness is kind of stealthing into lobby. It looked like he was going to go for that. He's abandoned now. And yeah, that was really good awareness from Realm. That's the type of play he needs to do. Just, oh, you're in a corner, you shouldn't be there. Walk forward, hit shots, dead players. It's really good from Realm. He needs more of that, I think, if MASIF are going to come back. So, Uber
He's pretty
advantage.
aggressive on me here. No, he's
Yeah.
coming back.
How do you use Uber to get off process last, guys? Give me some options here if you're Cash Money.
The classic play is going from under, but Putty's gone and died.
Oh,
and
huge pipe from Realm onto Bonobo. Forces Uber.
Yuki is behind. He's on
Whoa,
bar.
what are you doing?
Kill
Oh,
Bob.
he gets the mid.
Oh,
Well,
what the
I
fuck is that?
I guess
Ridiculous.
Cash Money are going to get off last with Uber ad. Small one. Darb's
was-
saying what? No, it'll be larger. Some individual heroics from there. Putty got a kill and then died, but Putty's kill kind of cleared out all the MASIF players. It let the rest of Cash Money get across the point, take ground, so they didn't have to Uber. The Uber exchange came in, Termo got the kills, Yuki somehow got behind, Goblin the medic, it all went well. Sometimes in this pocket you got to put your heals and your life on the line to get that space for your team. It's not normally the way you do it, but Putty did the right thing and Cash Money converted. So Cash Money now have an Uber advantage. They're pushing mid. They're 3-1 up and 1-0 down in this half. It's 21 minutes in and Faith is sniping. What are Cash Money going to do here, guys? Just walk it in with the Uber? Fight them? Or maybe a
The
little
trouble
more
in
underhanded?
Arsenal, they always like to walk.
Turbo's gonna
right.
jump with this aggressive Uber here.
Putty's through. Hasn't even Ubered yet.
They just walk through sewers without Ubering. That's really impressive play there. But not even forced, and they're gonna force MASIF out. That's really, really nice play. I can't believe that just happened. They're just gonna go all the way through IT and try and still use this Uber somehow. Putty's coming in, and they're all bunched up.
This
there
is
at the end of
aggressive,
IT.
Putty. I don't know about this. They got the point without Ubering. That's oh, never mind. Realm gets caught. Fantastic awareness from Yuki. Will they win the
Blue
post Uber
Uber
trade?
is going on for forever.
Oh, Gio,
Gio
just
just
shotguns
went-
everyone.
That shit, like that was, what the fuck? He just hit like 3 shotties for 90 damage in a row.
Gio just spins his mouse around and everyone dies with his shotgun
Yeah,
out.
and Even though Yuki and Terma had some great coordination to drop Realm in that Uber, I just think that Uber, Putty was trying to force that too much. And that's maybe an example of what we were talking about pre-game. Putty trying to force things. Against a pocket like Gia, that wasn't going to work. And Gia finds Prime, so Gia really imposing his will on the game. Putty gets cleaned up, and Cash Money are 2 down, looking to defend last with Uberdisad. We might see a 3-2, a second round cap for MASIF and a comeback.
I feel like Yuki should be possibly maybe getting off Sniper, unless he's going to get the miracle headshot.
Termo's absolutely squished them on the left side, but no trades. Oh, he's actually got... Oh,
Okay.
what a freak, man. What an absolute freak. Like... Oh.
99% for Dobbs. That is the 3rd time he's died with 98% or more. Might have even been more than that.
Prime Goblin behind the boilers?
Like, Darbs just got worn down by spam, hit scan spam, so to speak, but like, Termo just saw people pushing through a corridor and like, caught them and did a lot of damage, and I think more importantly the damage bounced them around. Like, just one of those individual, like, crazy players. And, you know, as always, Cash Money follow up, because it's Battleship Termo, trust him. And they have Uber advantage. They're pushing mid, and geez, if I was MASIF, I'd be punching a wall. I mean, you can't even be mad when Termo does that stuff. Like, you just got to put your head in your hands and go 4,000 hours. What a beast.
Mattis has been sniping more than we'd think, because I don't think he's really had too much impact on this game as sniper. He'll probably get a million headshots now that I've said that, but
Oh,
yeah,
as you say that.
prediction. Okay, so it looks like he's finally turning it on a bit. Oh, but Gio comes in,
Cash
forces
Money
Uber.
trying to push forward. Again, I feel like these Ubers from Cash Money are far
That
too
shot
greedy.
from Madness was
Just as predicted, gets a million kills as a sniper as soon as I say that, so he's really turned it on.
He also got the headshot on Putty that kind of completely ruined the Uber to start with. I mean, like, obviously Putty's a great pocket soldier, but I don't know. I'm thinking he's been greedy with how he's playing it now, and he's getting booked a little bit. So Prime's pushing in, maybe to try and just delay time for his spawners. He does die, so that probably didn't turn out as well as he'd like. It still hasn't able to... Oh, okay, Yuki just ran in and killed us. That was, That's how hard it is to play Pocket Soldier against a great scout. Gio hit his shots, just ran past him, 2-shot them dead. And Cash Money, again, in a situation where it wasn't looking so great, they end up with an Uber advantage. Defending second, losing mid, but still defending with something to work with.
And all players are up. Oh,
Oh, Termo survives on 10 HP. Surfs the scattergun shot of Faith. Faith does get caught, and
Gio ate 2 rockets to his face, which do not help when you're trying to live.
Sol manages to get Putty. I think Putty's having an unpleasant half. Some of it's his individual decision making, but some of it's just the way the chips fall. But I mean, you know, again, Cash Money preserve their Uber advantage. Incredibly important. They take mid. It's 17 minutes left, and they're looking ready to push on. Prime are lagging a little bit, but I don't think they're too much worried about that. And MASIF are kind of sentry set up for last. Oh, Prime in on Realm. Can he get him? Doesn't look like it. Gets picked up by Faith, and that buys Cash Money the time to take second and think about using their Uber maybe. They don't have advantage anymore, but they can still try and make something happen. Faith in on Termo. And that's Termo for you. Most demos would back away in fear. Termo just stands his ground and survives. Okay.
that's a Geo win though, and they're getting so many kills.
Putty gets caught again. I don't know. I'm worried a little bit for Putty this game, but I mean, Cash Money find the trades.
Up behind though, that is Yuki.
Oh, Yuki
Kills
just,
Realm.
like completely locking down the combo, but Geo,
Termo
thoughts
comes
down.
in.
Here comes Battleship Termo. Can he do it? Oh, Battleship
Oh
Termo.
my god.
What?
Combo is very low.
Oh,
Madness.
almost punched Madness at the end
The
there.
individual Epps is behind them, and Madness cleans him up.
Madness is in.
Welcome back,
Madness
Madness.
be
Where have
Putty.
you been, friend?
Someone please make the "This is Madness" joke, please.
No.
Never.
That's your job. So again, we have these crazy player trades, we have these big shots, but we end up where we started. Cash Money with a smallish route, oh never mind, MASIF trying to push out.
Putty's in. Putty
Putty's
gets
in, but-
destroyed by Geo.
Yeah. But he's bought the time, and now Termo is laying down those stickies. Even player trades again. And again, oh, Epps got dubs. Don't know how that happened, but he did. And now Cash Money have Uber advantage.
Deja vu. The Uber into last there, Tomo straight into the sentry.
And Cash
Come on,
Money
Tony.
did the completely correct thing. They stand on the point. And that, for me, is why these guys are all ridiculously good players. Like, this half hasn't gone so great for them. They've had some questionable Ubers. I think Putty's really struggled. Part of it kind of hit some mistakes. Part of it just how the chips fall.
And then
They do
it's
the
the
right
quick
thing. They all
rollout.
just run onto
Sol
the
does
point of
not.
Uber and cap. 4-1, 15 minutes
Look at
left.
Epps this mid. You guys got stickied by Realm early. He's not having a really successful mid thus far. Wait till his bomb. Looks like he's about to jump. Bit indecisive.
Lurking.
Finally
A lot of
bombing now.
position. being
He's jumped
taken.
down, he's in,
Epps.
he's done a lot
Direct
of
rocket
damage.
onto the mid. That was a really good mid. I mean, died, but he did a lot of damage to two players. Med and Scout. Let's go down. Sol goes down as well.
And Bone... Bone and Bone.
See ya, Faithless.
Prime
Again.
is really impressing me this game as well. He's
He's
just
looked good.
running forward and killing everyone.
And
You
to
might
be fair to
say
Primed, it's on 180 ping. He's having some real bad ping issues this game, and he's still delivering a great performance.
You might even say he's in his prime.
Oh, God. Taking the risk of cratering and dropping the Uber and takes it and it pays off. Let's get a better Uber than... But
This
he's
is
gonna
when
get caught
Putty
out.
can get his game
Yeah.
face on. Good Uber from Putty. Can he do it? He gets the one kill. Cash Money in a great position post Uber. That's good. Well done, Putty. Like, that is what he needed to do. He's had some questionable Ubers. Did the completely right thing that game. Got the med, played with his team, got a great position on the point, and then just picked up a scout frag. It's well done, Putty. Like, that's the type of recovery Uber you need when you're having a weakish game. And he's in on last while somebody's capping second. He
Kills
gets
Realm.
Realm. He doesn't get dubs. Does get Uber Sword twice. Maybe that won't work
They
out.
have Uber advantage here. If they have enough players to hold, they could maybe do something with this.
I think that might have been Putty pushing it a little bit. But when sometimes when you're having those not so successful halves, you've got to play aggro. So good on him for trying. And
Whatever it is, Madness is on Tomo. Madness
Yeah,
has just
but
had enough
again,
of Tomo.
always lives. It's gross. Yuki gets a headshot on Geo. Cash Money just grinding it out.
She's just such an incredible player. He's so good a sniper as well. Every time he's got a sniper, he's just had an incredible impact on the game.
Big advantage that Red lost as well.
Oh, that's true. They did lose the advantage. But in the larger sense, they do have the 3-round advantage, so I can kind of understand them playing safe. And Uber exchange on mid. Somehow Prime gets Sol. No ground taken by Cash Money, and Yuki's able to get some time on snipe at a look at second.
Oh, Yuki! Headshot
You're
on
kidding
Bob.
me.
Was a headshot
Whatever,
on
Yuki
Headshot on
cheats
everyone.
or something. Cash Money wiped them.
Tomo's just pushing forward.
Oh no, Epps dies to Madness, so Madness doing the right thing, getting behind.
Sol's just sending up sentry on last.
Putty is prepared for Madness's shit. And Tomo puts him down with the stickies. So Cash Money, will they try and push last now, or will they work this 70% Uber advantage? It looks like they're, with the way... No, Yuki blows up Geo. They're just working the point with their players and the Yuki sniper and the Uber advantage. The Yuki's just like, this sentry will die. Screw killing Darbs, I want the sentry.
Oh,
Then he blows up
Yuki.
Madness, are you kidding me?
Oh, that wall got in the way of his mid-air headshot.
And
Definitely
Epps
have
is
happened.
wiping people on the point, that's a
That
5-1.
is GG, or GM.
Well, I mean, if I'm massive, I'm going to be honest here. Madness did kind of show up that half. I'm just sitting there going, what the bloody hell do we need to do to beat these guys? Like, we grind out a half, we're 1-0 up, they get the 1-1, we're feeling good, we're making trades, Gia's making some big plays, and then Yuki goes and pulls that stuff out of a hat. Like, are you kidding me? And that's with Putty kind of struggling. As play a half like that against a team
Personally
like this.
think they've got to play a lot safer. They're taking all these fights, and the individual skill of the players of Cash Money is just outshining them every time with their mechanics, and it's
Yeah.
really showing.
a lot of these fights, they're very even Uber exchanges between Geo and Putty. I feel, even though, okay, first half, I think that's fair. Very even Uber exchanges between Geo and Putty. Yes, Geo had some really sick ones where he went ham. Putty also had some really nice softly. I'm just gonna push you kind of into this corner so Yuki can take a duel. So they both had kind of the opposite Ubers, actually, I would expect. Putty kind of had the open up room for my scout kind of Ubers. Geo had the I kill everything kind of Ubers. So they both got to display some solid Ubers. But yeah, just a lot of duels won by Cash Money. A lot of duels won by Yuki. Even in situations where a lesser team, a 5% lesser team, wouldn't be able to come out on top. You see a 260 HP Realm dying in a second and a half to Yuki getting him with a full damage meat shot, Termo getting 2 stickies on him, all the while a chaotic Uber fight is happening around them, and Realm is just like, I gotta pipe this scout. He dies in about 1 second worth of damage and 2 seconds worth of setup, and Darbs drops him. That was that fight where Cash Money actually got wiped, pushing second, but I think it was 4-1 to Cash Money. But even in a bad situation like that, even in a situation where you're thinking Geo's hitting amazing shotgun frags and all the damage is going out, you go, oh, Geo is so good and MASIF is so good. The players in Cash Money still find a way to make magic happen. When you're playing against that, I completely agree. You can't duel players all the time when they're like that, because I mean, look what happens. Cash Money, they had a few moments where you were thinking they were on the ropes, but they were always, you know, 2 or 3 rounds up at least. Anytime it looked like they were truly backs against the wall, you had the greasy, I think Ori inspired plays, the surprise heavy, the surprise backstabs. Just Cash Money and total control. We're going to fight you, we're going to push you in your side of the map, we're going to take duels, we're going to sack our Roma. Even if Putty struggles a little bit in the half, we're just going to cover him. That was their system, and it worked, and Yuki and Termo shone. That was my thoughts for that map. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, Termo is just really asserting his dominance in at least the damage and the live logs, getting tons of frags. Putty... Actually, the soldiers in the second half of Cash Money didn't really shine as much, but it was mainly Yuki, both as scout and sniper, and even primed. I mean, he didn't perform well in terms of the logs, but he had some really crucial kills that allowed them to work off points, and also he created a lot of space for pretty much everyone in the team. And I think Geo is pretty much I mean, Madness stepped it up that second half, but Geo and Madness are really, it's really exemplified that they're the hope for MASIF. Just Geo's Ubers are really, and Madness going huge is the really thing that Cash Money is having problems with, and probably the only thing Cash Money is really having problems with. The individual plays of players like Soul just aren't being effective, and even Madness at times can be running into, and Faith as well, can be running into group of players, or even just like, oh hey, there's this demo alone, let's kill him. Oh wait, it's Termo, he double pipes me every time I try and do this, and while protecting his medic. And it's just, they're running into these fights with a confidence that is good, but it also is a bit overconfident in not respecting their opponent's mechanical skill. And I think they need to slow the game down a little bit if they want any chance. But also, I'm going to point out that that MASIF has a history of being one of the best teams at Sunshine, and just being good at Sunshine in general. And Cash Money have also, I'd say, underperformed in scrims against a lot of teams in Sunshine in particular, being a new map, and their experience doesn't really come into as much effect.
So I got a question for you in the pre-game as we're on to the Sunshine. Your old teammate, Realm, did you feel he was a little bit absent there? Because we talked a lot about some of the crazy stuff Termo did, and yeah, admittedly a lot of it was I'm Termo and I can double pipe anyone. I'm so hard to kill, my movement's so strong. But do you feel that also, like, a little bit it was maybe Realm just doesn't have the ambition that Termo does? Like, you know, it's that old Michael Jordan kind of concept where he's failed so many times doing the impossible. When the time comes for the big match, I've done this a million times before. I've failed at this more than you can dream of. That's why when it matters, I succeed. Do you feel like that process, because I'll put my name out there. I think it did show where Realm isn't capable right now of being the top level demo. Like Termo just showed off the ambition. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to make this happen. Backfired on him a couple of times, but you got to take risks to go ham, and Termo went ham. Do you think maybe that's something Realm's got to do more of, or do you think he's fine and just MASIF as a team didn't deliver?
I think it's probably a bit of a mix of both. I mean, even if you want, like you said, with Termo taking those risks and attempting to make a big play, you still need to have your team behind you and ready to pick it up if you die and don't achieve anything by some chance. So I don't know that Realmy has that, but at the same time, Realmy is not the type to go for those plays a lot of the time. He is stronger defensively, as far as I'm aware, but against the kind of Ubers and the kind of just the plays that Cash Money was pulling off, like no matter how good you are defensively, he was getting caught out in Ubers, he was getting dropped, he was dying in bad positions, which wasn't helping his team. And yeah, in the second half, in the first half, I think he did good damage, didn't take much, he was present. In the second half, not as much. I mean, his damage taken and sort of the fights he was taking was just like, he wasn't getting spammed, he was just dying. Like, there's nothing you could do, he wasn't able to put out any damage either. Yeah, and I think it does play a role. Like, you know, if you go for the massive plays, then sometimes they work. But if you don't go for them at all, then, you know, what was that bid? Wayne, the guy who said, I can remember his name, the dude who was like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I think
Wayne
there's a little bit of that.
I can't even pronounce that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't you be able to, man? Like,
no. And the other thing I'd add to that is, it's not just that you miss all of the shots you don't take, it's how do you get better at hitting the impossible shots? You take them and miss. Like, that's the other part of it here. Like, I can't think of a great TF2 player that doesn't have ambition. Like, we talk about legends of the game, like Platinum, like Clockwork, like Danny. These are guys that just, I mean, they really do make the impossible happen, but you've got to try and make the impossible happen. Like, I think one of the defining moments, oh, nope, we're starting game, we'll stop that. And Campbell, you want to call this first rollout? Because you have a heck of a lot more idea about this map than me.
Okay, I'm gonna watch Termo, this mid. Going, the left flank here, let's call it Floral. He's pretty fast here and he's getting some good position. See, he's playing a bit with his team and playing off his medic. Both soldiers are on the aggressive right side, and Realm's just walking forward. He's finally taking some initiative. Soul! Big bomb takes out Termo. Epska dies as well. This is bad. This is bad mid. Madness is chasing. He's getting all these frag. Chasing up. Backing up now, but it's really a strong aggressive mid from MASIF. Maybe turning around on their favoured map.
Like, Yuki did a lot of damage to Faith on that little house on mid, and it didn't matter. Like, the position was taken, MASIF walked forward, damage happened, players died, MASIF won mid, and yeah, I completely agree. Realm went forward there, Yuki was on him, he was like, how dare you do this, go sit in the corner, you don't get to do that, Realm, bugger off. And MASIF were there, they backed him up, they pushed Yuki back, they won the mid. That is exactly what we need to see. And Geo's going in for a really aggressive play onto Termo, but Termo stands his ground, hits his shots, and we have an Uber trade in the right, with Termo hitting like every pipe on Geo. Yeah, you want to call this? Oh wow, Termo dies instantly.
It's, that post Uber hasn't fully resolved yet, but it's not looking too good. I don't know what happened, man. Like, the sentry contributed, but was it just sort of Yuki collapsing with his engineer shotgun? I mean, he got a pretty good frag there too.
I'm going to say one thing, and I'm going to call out a lot of demomen in Australia, because Termo just showed you why you're not as good as Termo. One of the ideologies or the ways Termo sees the game. A lot of demos would have walked back from that fight. A lot of demos would have been like, I've got to stay alive, I've got to fight the post-Diva situation. Termo was like, nah, stuff that, I'm going for this. Because otherwise we lose. Termo was like, no, I'm not baiting my team, I'm standing my ground, I'm going to fight you. He hit every shot, because it's Termo, but refusal to bait his team. He let his team bait him there, and he stomped them in that corridor. And as you said, the other players converted. So now, Cash Money looking to take mid. They have a 30% over advantage. 0-0. We're into the 28th minute, and Epps manages to find Madness. Looks like Cash Money's going to take the midpoint. They do have an Uber advantage, but it's pretty small, less than 10% now, and they do have Madness down. So
Soul is goblining here in the corner.
Oh, good goblin.
Oh.
Or not, Bonobo!
Oh, he does get the force. That was really well played by Bonobo.
And
Gotta say.
credit to the both of them.
Yeah. Pops finally does use Uber here. Geo's being aggressive. Does kill primed. Pretty even players. Looks like they're going to be trying to fight the Prosto with Madness coming in here.
Termo's
Trying to
coming in.
pick off Putty
The damage!
on 3 HP behind. Oh, he kills Madness on 3 HP. Gets that pack behind. He's going to kill Realm as well.
Okay, and Putty... Let's talk a little bit about Uber situations. If we get the chance, is still fighting happening for a second. Yuki's going, and he wants Soul. He might get Darbsy. Can Geo do it?
Oh my
no.
god, Yuki.
And Geo might die. Oh, Termo following up the Yuki aggression. Faith gets Termo as a trade frag, but that's fair enough. At the end of the day, Cash Money preserve their Uber advantage. Let's talk a little bit, if we get the time, about Uber advantage there, because the automatic responses from Cash Money to, well, we killed a player, so we have player ad, they have Uber ad, were absolutely brilliant. They did 3 things. Number 1, they took one-on-one duels, because if you're fighting against an enemy with Uber, and an enemy that doesn't have overheals, you don't want to take a 6-on-6 fight or a 5-on-5 fight. You want to take those one-on-one duels. So that was a great thing that all of the players did in Cash Money. Secondly, they all split up. Geo couldn't get more than 1 kill. Like, you saw him take in the position on second. He's like, well, who the hell am I going to kill? Do I want to chase the med? What if I get overextended and bounce? Do I want to chase this frag on Eps? He chose a frag on Eps. It didn't work out. And now Cash Money are pushing last with Uber. They're going in top right. There is a sentry top left, which Termo kills pretty quickly. Heavy, Faith standing his ground, but great Uber from Cash Money. And Ubering multiple players through that corridor, and in particular, having Putty come in for the cleanup. Air, I know you have some strong opinions about how too many solo Ubers in Australia. Can you talk to us a little bit about that Uber and why it was great when you get the chance?
I just generally like Maltese. I mean, not the player, but like, it was just a good decision, I think. Like, you just need as many people in as possible, and just do as much damage as you can and gain ground at the same time. And on that particular last day way the player did, there was no better way to do that.
Beautiful bomb by Apps to start to take out Realm, but they're just crumbling now. Oh, Soul! Massive shots here.
These are some great mids from MASIF.
That was massive, I might say.
I swear to God, I really do. I'm gonna kill you. It's gonna happen. But anyway, back to the game. So MASIF have an Uber advantage, and they look like they have a great handle on how to take these mids. I really like that Realm's getting involved. I feel maybe some situations he's still a little bit too defensive, but he knows the mids here. I'm really happy to see that. So MASIF have Uber advantage. They're trying to push last, and the sentry heavy setup. Campbell, can you talk us through this? As I'll Putty going for a goblin.
So they do have the center on the right side. Not sure quite where. Oh, Heavy's in the little goblin spot, but they do find him with the Uber, and that's really bad. That's not what he wanted.
It's Heavy. Gross class.
Prime kills Darbs with a sentry. Okay. Madness goes down to Yuki as well. Yuki's pushing off his Heavy, doing the Abender. Known to do
mate,
this.
it's called the Ori, please. Do you want a court case? Ori will do it. So we have another.
Faith is about to get ripped.
So let's talk a little bit about that play that Putty made, because I thought it's really, like, he went for a goblin, Epps got a frag, so he traded 1 for 1, and I think trading frags when you have a heavy and a sentry is great, because having extra players is really, really good when the enemy has a sentry and heavy, because they take a lot of shots to kill, and shots that your explosive classes are using to kill a sentry aren't shots that are killing a heavy. So I really like the little micro plays from Putty and Epps there, but Putty, with his little goblin, also did a really critical thing. He stripped away quite a bit of health from Darbs and quite a bit of health from the players that were pushing in there, and again, when you're trying to kill an overhealed heavy, it's nice to be high health. It didn't work out for them. Yuki Heavy with his little special kidding class helmet. I really like that touch. Looks like successful frag trades. Couple player advantage, 3 player advantage, including med with Uber for Cash Money as they cap second and they look to push mid. I have no idea what I'm doing capping mid on this map. Air, can you walk me through what their options are? As Epps goes ham in on the point, Termo dies to a sticky trap.
I don't know what Epps is doing. He just didn't do anything, and yet his team still went and got frags and then backed out. Like, don't even know what happened on that mid. I don't think they're any better at pushing Sunshine. Oh my god, Sunshine mid. But we are.
Epps somehow did not kill or force dubs there. But Yuki, I mean, Woody will. It's piped by Realm.
Will Bonobo get out?
I'm actually getting quite a lot of kills just recently.
Oh, Termo
Maybe
with these aggressive forward holds again. And Prime in on Geo. Will they get Geo here? I feel like they really should, but Geo stands his ground.
Oh, nice shotgun by Geo.
Sometimes you just gotta back yourself. Too many soldiers give up their life, don't value their life enough. And, you know. It's interesting to me how, while MASIF seem to have a better read of this map in terms of map-specific things, how to play X situation, how to play mids, I feel like the phase play is still very much going Cash Money's way. They may not know the most optimal places to stand, they may not know the most optimal places to take mid, but they sure as hell know how to take player trades, focus their fire, you play around the Uber. That, for me, is where they're still... I don't think MASIF are able to get their foot in the door. And I think it's kind of funny to reflect the comment that Elmo made about how he wished that the casters had more knowledge of this map, which is fair. It's also kind of funny how, like, that's as true as that is. It's also interesting how Cashman are kind of proving that if you know what's going on with this map, you can just make it work for you. And hopefully we can pull that off ourselves in this cast. So we have Uber v Uber situation. We have 22 minutes left and a second hold for Cash Money and Sol going in for the Uber, but Bonobo, strong,
I just don't think
aggressive
Sol's
movement.
being very effective, but in both of these maps, it's just getting shut down.
And
His
Faith
typical
gets
plays
baited.
are just getting shut down.
Yeah, plus Sunshine, that flank is quite hard to push as well. Like, there's a Soul, oh my god, I did that by accident, as a lone soldier. Not easy to get through that gap without being spotted and like being able to do damage. It's pretty tough to get through that.
One really interesting little element there that I would like to talk about if we get the chance is Cashman are trying to use Uber advantage. They're trying to push 2 second. Eps does go down, but they get Soul in return, and I think that's given Cash Money the room to walk in. They do. Faith also finds a kill. One thing I do know quite a bit about Sunshine, because I watched like the one demo, it was really obvious between Freya Tech and Mix-Up, was that little bit where Bonobo was, if you go backwards there when you're getting spammed, you use Uber. You're done. You can't win. And Bonobo looks like he's just going to walk in and cap. He's not even going to need to use Uber. That was the subterranean tunnel assault there from Cash Money, I think. But what Bonobo did in that situation, he had Sol to the left of him spamming in. He had Geo to the right of him spamming in. Most medics would walk backwards, I think, and lose. Bonobo was like, nah, kid, I'm not falling for your tricks. He walked straight forward, aggressively, into what he chose a point where he was going to stand. He took the pack, he lived, he didn't have to Uber. That really aggressive kind of movement is really critical
really
where
early
Bonobo
to
was.
mid.
Yeah, call the mid-air, I think.
He's got good stickies out, denied scouts from getting in too quickly. And the red team is a little bit stuck. Yeah, and like Blue's just got a lot of ground, but Red's screwing them up anyway. Like they're just falling into the players, and the moment they get close enough, they're just putting them all. Epps did a good thing as well when he came around to help his team out when Blue committed hard into their space. Just messed them up.
Annihilation from Epps that mid.
I've spoken to Yuki a little bit about this team, in as much as you can when the guy spams Twitch chat memes at you. And he said that sometimes he feels like he has to micro this team a little bit to get the most out of them. That felt like Yuki micro, or like Yuki's, puppet master strings, or perhaps Epps as well. Just great bomb out of Epps. They blobbed up, they played the mid great, and now they're pushing Uber to last. Full Uber advantage. The Uber on point, Termo gets the sentry, Termo gets a couple of kills, Putty gets kills, and now they're playing on mid, players up with Uber ad. Not looking so great. They wiped them.
Bonobo actually gets the 180 crossbow kill.
Yeah, we're going to have to submit that to the cheat team.
And first half over, I kind of like want to make a picture, like a Photoshop of Cash Money right now, just as the Borg. Like we have adapted, because the way they played that last mid, they knew, they like figured out this map. That was what that mid told me. Like they were just like, we're gonna play as a blob, we're gonna play around Turno, we're gonna push really aggressively on you in a corner, we're gonna catch you with soldiers and just tear you apart. Like that was good. Good for them, not so good for MASIF.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was sort of them figuring out the map or sort of the fact that the 2 mids previous, Blue had sort of been doing the same thing and saw no reason to change it. So when you do the same thing a third time in a row, I mean, a team They're sort of adaptive and clever as Red and Cash Money would.
We're going live on next half. Do you want to
Change
call
their
this
game.
here?
I can if you want. I'm going to watch Termo for this one. He's a bit shaky on that rollout, feels like. He's gone through Valley. He's entering mid a teeny bit late. Realmy's already got stickies forward, I think. Yeah, Realmy's in further. Early sticky on Faith, I think. While Epps distracts their combo. Good pipe from Realmy though. Onto Termo. Madness in, gets Epps as he attacks his combo. Sol gets a good pick onto Putty. And Cash Money is backing out of this one. Primes may still die with that chased rocket. That was a good shot from Geo. Hit him right in the back. And they're committing to this. They're pushing forward with that two-player ad and Uber. I mean, Geo's quite low. He's going to die for that force. And so
fighting
is...
Madness under.
I do not know if Madness is going to die anymore or not. Oh my god, how did he do that?
I mean, any other demo would not have traded with Scout just there. That was just ridiculous. Double pipe on Madness. It's a trade. Realm goes down to Epps.
MASIF have to. And again, Cash Money find the trades.
A good juggle onto Darbs as well from Epps, I believe. Despite the fact that they were down players and Hermo, they turned that back around mighty quick. And Epps is committed into the other team's choke. He's trying to get rockets onto the med. He can't.
Termo offering some sage advice in all chat. Save your demo with Uber. I do actually completely understand where he's coming from there. Like, Bonobo's been backing him up all game, and it has worked out. You've got to back your players, and that's something that doesn't always work out. Epps jumps in, jumps around the side, gets dubs. Yuki does. Geo manages to kill Epps and Yuki, so now you got player ad for MASIF, but they are at Uber disadvantage.
Gets kill on Geo. It's even placey, but
potentially
don't want to use
saved
Uber
that
here.
fight.
I want to use Uber for the last.
on how this goes.
Yeah.
Can they force the Uber here, MASIF? It's looking hard. They've got
No one
good
is even
position.
trying. Sol's back.
Cash
He's
Money.
switched to NG. He's setting up for a hold. The whole team's back. And Faith goes, commits, and dies, though.
Termo is...
Yuki
He's
going
putting
for
the
that forward.
smack down. shall
Don't
we?
run at
Yuki
Termo.
has gone pyro. He's going to push last with... Okay.
That's
Right
interesting.
here on
Won't
last.
need that shit, though.
Yeah, they're fighting
Good
the
kills
frags.
from Sol, though. Realmy's somehow still alive.
I might hold this.
Yeah,
Yuki's on
they
fire.
could do
Come in.
this.
He's gonna blast him off the point.
Oh
Okay,
dear. Pyro.
Possibly the most disgusting
Okay.
thing I've ever seen.
Like, I'm almost starting to wonder if Yuki's doing a Dota thing here. Like, just directing the film, you know? My team's going to push last with Uber and it's not going to work out, but it's okay because we're going to kill all their explosive casters. I'm going to walk in and cap as Pyro, guys. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a Hollywood blockbuster. 'Cause
Realmy is insane
what the hell
early
was
to
that?
mid. And it's
Okay,
not
so-
a pause.
It's a massive trash talk coming out in the chat here. I've got to say that.
When these,
Yeah, I think we're starting to see a tiny bit of salt out of MASIF.
No, they talk like this all the time.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Half of the server has just been talking shit to each other about how much they can lift and what way they use. Termo's out, apparently. He's gonna win the bet and get some replacement supplements.
Sunshine, not a map that Cash Money are as familiar with, I think it's fair to say. I think in particular Prime and Yuki probably don't have as much game time on it. I'm sure Termo's prepared and...
Primed will have game time from last season.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Jeremiah from Lotus Squad.
My question is kind of aimed at the both of you, and it's just why are we seeing as dominant or possibly more of a dominant performance out of Cash Money on this map? This is a map that I think that both of you gave MASIF kind of a preparatory edge on, and I think MASIF's first mid showed that they know what's going on with this map. Perhaps MASIF don't know the map as well as we've realised, or Cash Money just lifting their level and MASIF can't respond. Like, give me some ideas here for why we're getting the game we're getting.
I think we're also underestimating slightly just how well Cash Money knows the map. I mean, they have been scrimming, which is a big change from what the iteration of this team was doing last season. So, based on that, I imagine they'll know something, and considering... Yeah, I'll take it.
I suppose the other
I'm back. Sorry, that was my dad telling me to get the dog in. But so yeah, like considering how well they're capable of studying the game, they'd pick up on the nuances of this map quite quickly. I think that's part of the reason they're dominating so hard right now.
We have gone live.
Yeah, you want to call it, Campbell? Because we've got some player trades happening.
Putty does kill Faith, and Epps goes down early as well. Who goes down? Bit ambitious there. But Chomo's fighting here, and it's
Realmy
always
gets
scary when
two
Chomo's
really
still
good
alive,
kills.
but they do back out from Realmy's kills. They're just going to be holding second here with Uber, waiting for some players. Chomo's just fighting them on the left side here.
Tomo standing his ground, as usual.
Madness is in, but players just keep running at Tamo, and it's as if they don't realize that he's just gonna kill you. Just bombing in, he's gonna kill Darbs.
To be fair, can you afford to ignore Tomo? I mean, I feel like that's not a great choice either way. Kill him last or kill him first. You're still trying to kill Tomo.
Oh, he tried to spawn camp there, but he stuck on a wall that he didn't know was there.
So, 4-1 up. 25 minutes left in the last half. Faithless is timed out.
I mean, I think
Madness
why
is
we
going
saw the
sniper.
pause before. Yeah,
Yep.
it's back.
What options do MASIF have here, guys? Are
They just got-
they down and out, or can they still bring us back?
I mean, it's going to be tough. That sentry has to go up soon. I mean, they're playing against a 30% Uber disad. The Madness... Oh, I don't want to put it all on him, but if he gets that pick, this is going to be massive. It will be huge for Madness if he gets that pick as they enter. But if he doesn't, it's going to be really hard for this hold.
But I don't want to say that too early.
Yeah,
And he does
coming in
use
top
early.
right.
No risk here. Tomo's just always so on that sentry, every Uber. It's really impressive. And the soldiers of Cash Money are getting so many kills. Realms on 40 HP. And this is going to be...
Oh dear.
That is game.
That is a 5-0.
That was a very quick
5-1.
second map.
Cash Money. Well, I mean, what to talk about on that map?
I feel like everything MASIF tried just got shut down. I don't know if it was outplaying in the terms of, like, you know, the structure of sort of Red's holds or Cash Money's holds were better or not, but they just out DM'd. Like we said before, that had insane potential to match up and keep up with the kind of damage and sheer mechanics of Cash Money, but on that map in particular, it didn't seem to be the case as much. They put up some good fights sometimes, but in the end, doesn't just seem like it wasn't enough at any in any stage.
I think it really showed that MASIF's main strength on Sunshine over the other teams in the division are their dominating mid-fights. And they did have some dominating mid-fights versus Cash Money, but Cash Money can outplay them anywhere else in the game because of their ability to take such incredible, mechanically sound team fights and individual plays.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was a very dominant series out of Cash Money. They seem to have it all together. Their soldiers, I think, put on a really dominant first half on Sunshine in particular, which was good to see. I mean, Putty was kind of struggling a little bit at the end of process. Put an end to that real quick on Sunshine. I mean, a lot of that was what you expect out of Cash Money. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's
Hello.
Katie. Wow, I haven't heard your voice in so long. How are you?
That's because you're creepy.
Oh, you're so adorable. You sound like a little girl.
Oh, please.
There we go, I might say.
Alright, lads, questions for the two?
I don't know what to say. How do you feel? Did you expect that to be harder or easier than it was, or what?
He expected a close. Well, I expected a closer scoreline. I mean, like they play a decent amount, and like they have a pretty good roster. I didn't expect the game to be so well. Okay, the process was actually closer than the score indicated. I felt like there were a lot of situations where we misplayed and they just capitalized on it, and like we just did a clutch last defense. But Sunshine, I was surprised at the 5-0 considering, like at least me, I played the map like fucking 3-4 times.
Yeah.
I still don't know what I'm doing on mids. I just do stuff, just walk around. But yeah, no, it was a pretty fun game.
Yeah, what do you think led to that difference between what you expected and sort of what actually happened? I mean, process, yes. I mean, it was actually a lot closer, but Sunshine...
I'll let Jake answer that one. So, no, he's been playing a little bit more than me. I sometimes dodge scrims.
What was the question?
Like, why do you think that game was not as close as sort of Yuki expected, considering? I mean, not process as much, but Sunshine at least.
I think we've been having closer results in scrims against most of the teams we've been playing, but we stepped it up tonight in the match, which is good, and it's a good confidence boost as well, I think, knowing that we can do that. But I don't know, we just played good, played smart.
Cool.
Most of the time.
Yeah, well, I'll be perfect all the time, I guess. What about you, Campbell? Or Yukari? You did have questions?
I was kind of waiting to see if we were getting any players from MASIF in for the interview as well.
Doesn't look like it's gonna
But it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Aging brute mix.
I just want to say, we're here for the money, we're not here to muck around, so...
I think we got that from the name, man.
Yeah.
The team name
Didn't you see? I got the iconic item. I got the cash money for the scout, the backpack. That's just got like money coming out of it. That's Epps traded that to me for a refined. I think I got a pretty sweet deal. That was maybe that's what happened because I got it on the second map. I was supposed to have it for the first map. Maybe that's why the second map was so one-sided. It's the extra item.
How prepared were you guys for Sunshine? And like, lay it out honest. What do you guys think of that map?
I really don't like the mid. Second is okay. The last is just average. How prepared? How many scrims? We probably played like the map like 5 times. I've only played it like 3 times.
Prepared. We just played it a few times. Like, I think everyone downloaded it for the first time about a week ago. So
yeah, well, the thing is like we don't really like know the positions on the map and such much, but we tried to just like do it on like a one-dimensional kind of level and just take every situation as it comes kind of thing, and just we didn't really try and rush too many situations because we didn't really have a solid understanding of the map.
the spacing feels good for me, and it feels like it flows. There's a lot of entrances like into second, like big chokes, so it's not like granary where you're just like trying to get through these tiny chokes, you know. There's lots of ways you can flow through into mid. And vice versa. So.
So all in all, not a brilliant map, but pretty good. Has potential.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's better than Metalworks. I guess that's something.
Have you guys seen or tried Logjam at any point?
I played
once.
that. I played that competition one day.
Oh yeah, that's right. What
But,
were your impressions of that one?
I don't know, it just
It
felt just all over the place. The chokes were really weird, and just the open areas, I don't know, just didn't feel like it flowed well. I don't know, it just felt like all over the place, just a bunch of stuff just plopped in there.
They need to bring back
Obscure, mate. No, we need Obscure. Obscure
yeah.
was actually okay. Like, it needed a couple of changes, but I thought it was right. Anyway, I digress.
Did you guys enjoy the game?
It's fun to watch. Some big middies. I mean, I only watched the game for middies, so
Yeah.
and headshots. They were there, so I had fun.
Yeah, the new betting
yeah,
thing's
good
pretty
game.
cool.
Sorry?
So the new betting thing, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good. Did you guys bet?
Yeah, we
apparently
bet on
we're
the
not
team.
allowed to.
I actually won big.
I saw
Jake
the-
actually bet his life savings on the game. It was like a shady deal.
Yeah.
I saw Faith. Oh, one of
Yeah.
you said something about getting supplements with the winnings. So
Yeah.
you got that.
The back and forth in team chat, as always, was quite entertaining, and I liked. I think it was you, Tomo, ribbing Faith a little bit because you made a lot of plays. Maybe plays is the wrong word, but you just handle a lot of situations with your classic confidence. I'm Terma. I'm gonna stand here. I'm gonna fight you. Bonobo's gonna back me up. My team's gonna back me up, and you were just manhandling them at points. So that wasn't just entirely a bit of fun, was it? That was some serious criticism you had there because Bonobo stood by you and you needed it, and it worked. And there were a couple of times where Darbs just didn't back up Realm.
Yeah, that's what I
I feel
really
just in
like
general
about
they
playing with
neglect
this
their
team.
demo.
I know
Okay.
that I can fight, and I'm gonna have players helping me. Like, I'm confident in my teammates, so yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a big
Sounded
point
so
when it
gay,
came to your
Jack.
Ubers.
I trust you guys, you know?
Because
Always
we
got
talked a
them
lot.
behind you, man.
We do
We,
regular
Sweet.
trust exercises where we like fall backwards into each other's hands and stuff.
Yeah.
I could see you doing that, Abs. I won't lie. But yeah, we mentioned that the trust that they had in Realm and Realm's capacity to walk forward and just be like, I'm Realm, hear me roar, was going to be a factor they needed to bring if they wanted to compete with you guys, and it wasn't really there. And I think as a team, and obviously Termo as an individual player, did a great job of showing them the difference that it can make. So do we have any more questions, or is that kind of everything? Because obviously we had some questions for MASIF, but they're not here, so
I just
cuts
have
us a bit short.
one. Do you guys know sort of who's on the other teams, and do you think there's going to be any big sort of up-and-coming threats in the remaining 5 teams that you haven't sort of played?
I think not bad. They're not that bad. I mean,
Nice.
you know what I mean?
God damn it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, but
They're
seriously,
actually some
those
pretty good teams.
guys have improved a lot.
I
Who
don't
did
know.
we play tonight in the scrim? Was that not,
Not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're decent.
like, they're taking rounds of us, so...
Yeah.
I think they might beat Geo's team if they're not careful.
Yeah, I reckon the game between those two will be really good.
Yeah.
I don't know about threats, but just I don't know, we don't underestimate or overestimate teams, so we
Yeah.
just try and play the game.
What do you guys do? If you guys win the final, get that mad cash, what are you going to do with it?
Not on account, obviously.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna make it rain.
Just buy like 200 chicken nuggets. Probably.
I expect an Instagram of everything you do when you win.
There will be
Like,
many Instagram
if
filters.
every single member of your team isn't there, it's not good enough. Like,
Ah.
really got to celebrate, guys.
Got to break that respawn LAN record for the most chicken nuggets in bought.
Putty's gonna come up from Melbourne. Fucking Epps is gonna come up from Gong. Mike's gonna. Where's he now? Queensland. He's gonna surf
Gonna
his way
surf
over.
down.
Yeah. Prime. Where's Prime again?
Melbourne as
Melbourne.
well. It's a
Yeah.
road trip, man, Prime.
Yeah.
Antarctica.
His net was kind of at
Literally
points like
El
playing
Coppin
from
Strait.
Antarctica.
Oh my god.
Yuki, what do you and Prime think about Faith's comment that Faith and Madness, if Faith steps up, will be the best?
I got
Yeah,
one
combo.
thing to say. I guess Faith wasn't on his A game tonight.
I thought it was a very confident comment of his, considering like how our games have gone against them and how like their scouts have performed relative to ours. I don't know. Like it's who even cares about like a scout combo? It's fucking there's 6 people in the game
Yeah.
on each team. It doesn't matter if necessarily one like doesn't play that good, as long as everyone else is playing together as a team, then it doesn't matter. So, I
Damn
don't know.
straight.
Bit overconfident of him, but I don't know. Points to him for being confident, I guess.
Gives us something to look forward to if both teams make it to the grand finals. We can see how much the scout combo of MASIF has improved, and if they can make good on that claim against you guys, I guess. Because I'm sure you'll be waiting, and given you'll probably scrim a little bit more in the season, you guys will probably be in an even better shape then.
Yeah.
Yep, I think we'll try and play maybe just a little bit more.
A little bit more
Awesome.
towards finals, yeah.
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 Think so.
Just chiming in, I thought I would as well.
It's good. Everyone confirmed that.
If no one has any more questions. Anyone? Campbell? Yukari? No? Okay. We'll probably call it there. Thanks for coming in,
Shoutouts.
dude. Yeah, but first I got to do that thing where I tell everyone that they've been watching the our 13 Premier Division second round game between Cash Money and MASIF Saturdays, which ended 5-1, 5-0 on Process and Sunshine for Cash Money. Now that that's done, shoutouts. Brodogs, do you want to go first? Does Brodogs even get shoutouts?
Sure. Big shout outs to Cherry from Saloon.tf for putting up this game. Hit the max bets, so gave us a couple more viewers. It's always good to see. And shout outs to the teams for giving us what was a pretty decent game.
Campbell?
Shout outs to teams. Shout outs to you, Yukari, Brodogs for all putting it together. Shout outs to Tea Time. Yep.
Eps.
Yeah, shout out to my team. I don't know, that's it. My boys, you
What are
know.
your mumble peeps?
Yeah, my mumble peeps. Alright, I'll give it... yeah, they're okay.
Yuki?
Everyone that watched the game, casters, those who bet on the game, like the Saloon.tf thing, that was cool. Massive for the fun game.
Tomo?
Shout out to everyone who still plays this game, and my team, and Snowblind. I wish he would come back to TF2.
Yeah, rip Snowblind.
Everyone, can we just have a moment of silence for Snowblind?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That's alright, Yukari.
Shout out to everyone involved making this game possible. So casters, admins, players, Saloon TF, people in chat, people viewing who were actually prepared to sit through a pre-game because that doesn't exist in TF2. And shout out to Starbucks because he really wants to shout out because he's greedy like that.
And Putty.
Yeah, shout out to my team. Shout out to Massive as well, especially Jer. Snowblind, Iron Man as well. Yep.
Right, I'll do a couple as well. Shout out to Brodogs, Campbell, Yukari for doing this stuff and for some reason letting me join in. Shout out to the teams that played today. It was not as close maybe as we expected, but it was still a good game. It's fun to watch. And shout out to the 10 people that have messaged me in in Steam chat asking for shout out. Starbucks, Davey, Pablo. Yeah, and all the other sort of circle jerks I somehow find myself a part of. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone who came and watched Oz Fortress games. Yeah.
Brodogs, I
That's
think it's
G.
time for you to